My name is Justin Finney. We are in East Hampton. I've lived here for 15 years, and we are at the Highway Restaurant and Bar in East Hampton, and I've worked here for 7 years. We always close for 2 weeks in February to do a little painting and a little cleaning and to give everyone a break. We had just come back from that, launched spring menu, and we're super excited to be back. And then got news of the fact that we were going to have to shut down within days. And immediately the thought that went through my head was, I want to keep all of my staff working. I want to keep the restaurant open. So we immediately pivoted to takeout. Takeout was not a part of what we did here at Highway. It was a very minimal portion of our business. So it took, I would say, a couple of months for us to fully understand and be really efficient at takeout. There's so many other things involved. The containers you choose, the bags, the stickers. People are literally opening a bag and saying, does this look like $16? Does this look like $23? So you have to make sure that you're presenting yourself with your best foot forward no matter what. And then how do people order? Just over the phone. We use DoorDash, we use Uber Eats, we use the Shopify account. So there's all of these different things flying at you. And when we had our first busy day on Mother's Day, and we did not put any sort of governor on the system, and then all of a sudden when we opened, we had 30 pickups for 5 o'clock and 30 for 5:30. That is when we learned a bunch of really important lessons. And at the end of that night, I said to all of the staff, it was a horrible, horrible evening of service. However, at the end of the night, I said, okay, what did we learn from this? And we all talked about it, and then we moved forward. And that was a harsh learning lesson, but we were able to come out of that a much more efficient, and we're able to give everyone a really good product. So normally in the off season, in the winter, I'll be closed 2 days a week and open 5. And last year I was open 7 days a week, all winter long, because multiple reasons. The business was definitely there. I had my core staff that was here, and everyone was able to work, so I was able to be open those 7 days without really overworking people. Because another thing about takeout is it actually takes less people in the kitchen to do. All of the work is in prep, and we were able to offer people large format, which is like bigger formats of all of our classic dishes, and we actually got new customers. Overall, everybody was great. You ordered your food, it was ready at the time that you requested, and so you would call when you get here, somebody would bring it out to your car. So the contact was very minimal, and that made people feel very comfortable, and I think that's one of the reasons why we had so much success with it, because people were also nervous to go to the grocery store, and just nervous to be out in public. So having that minimal contact service where you could pick up food, people were very thankful for it. In general, I would say that it was a really good experience. We had very few unfortunate experiences, because we were also dealing with the internet and Wi-Fi, and if it would go down and we missed an order, it wasn't really our fault. But if someone showed up for their food and we didn't have it ready, we would obviously do our best to make it as fast as possible, but we can only do so much. So something that we started in the summer of 2020 was a small events program where we bought a mobile pizza oven and a refrigerated van, and we started to do small in-home parties with that pizza truck. We had never done events before. It wasn't even a part of what Highway was, but we started it that year, and had really good success with it. And this past summer in 2021 even continued to have more success with it. That was one thing. And our customers could purchase meal vouchers for anyone that was in first responders, police officers, emergency room, like anyone that worked, firefighters, anything like that. Any first responder was eligible for these vouchers. And when they were purchased, we would take them to local hospitals and the fire department and the police station to give them out, because we wanted to be able to do something for people that we knew were working 24/7 for the community and maybe didn't want to have to cook dinner that night, and maybe take a night off, and maybe have a little bit of extra free time. And it was something that our owners and myself decided to do, and it was a really great to see those tickets come in and know that it was going, like, the food you were making was going to somebody that would really appreciate it. My brother-in-law works for the East Hampton Police Department, and he was telling me that everybody was super excited when the voucher showed up, and they were naming their favorite things off the menu. Oh, I'm gonna get this, and I'm gonna get that. Oh, I'm so excited. This is gonna be amazing. And when he told me about that, it definitely gave me a smile, for sure. I have friends in the restaurant business all across the United States. People I graduated culinary school with, people I've worked with over the years. We were very fortunate in the fact that not only did we kind of live in a secluded bubble, but we lived in a place where the demographic is that people have enough expendable income to get takeout 3 times a week, 4 times a week, 5 times a week if they so desire. Middle America, where I'm originally from in Ohio, there are restaurants closing left and right. My heart goes out to those people, you know what I mean? Family-owned business, 20 years, 30 years, and they have to close the door because they maybe hesitated on pivoting to takeout, or, their food just doesn't translate to takeout. There's a lot of things that here we were very lucky. We were very lucky to be able to survive, and to be able to not only just survive, but thrive. And that is the real difference between East Hampton, New York, and Minnesota. I think that in general, the infrastructure of East Hampton, Montauk, Springs, Amagansett, was not built to hold as many people year round. So you could kind of see the stress of that wearing on the community a bit. And you could see it after months and months of the pandemic, people being short with each other, the guy working in the grocery store, the guy at the gas station, all these people that are now really overworked, didn't get a real break. And on top of the fact, you're then dealing with, I need to wear a mask all the time, and I need to wear rubber gloves, and I need to sanitize my hands, and I'm worried about all of these other things, and you're not getting a proper break. And maybe some people can't go see their families, or can't make that trip home. There was a lot of added stress. I think the town did very well with it, but it's 100% a learning experience for everyone involved. I would say the word would be change. We were able to, there was so much change, so many things that I had never seen in the restaurant business, and this wasn't my first day. This is something I started to do when I was 14, and I've been doing for 26 years. And that year, I had never had to change and pivot so many times over the span of 12 months than I did during the pandemic. It was all about change.